What is up everyone, welcome back to another video, and today it's time for another casual challenge, but this time it's gonna be more casual and low investment than ever. I decided, you know what, we're not gonna actually invest in our maps. In fact, we're not even gonna buy maps, okay? So what I did was, I thought to myself, look, I'm gonna farm essences. And I'm gonna start off from level 3 strands, because obviously essences don't scale with map tier. And given that I only had 3 strand maps, the plan basically is that we're gonna start off with our only 3 strands. We're gonna favorite Strand as a map. But the big thing is that Strand is connected to beach and graveyard, which are both really nice layouts for the Atlas tree that we're running, which is Essences and Legion. And the only other thing we're gonna add is obviously Essence from the map device. So the plan is to start off from these 3 maps and sustain only Strands, Beach and Cemetery maps. Or was it Graveyard? Graveyard maps, yeah. And I will stop as soon as I reach 100 maps, and we will check what loot we have, what type of essences, and if we actually manage to sustain the map pool. And the only other thing that we're gonna use is a Remnant of Corruption. Obviously we're gonna corrupt most likely just purple essences, not all shrieking ones, because we wanna get those juicy drops from essence monsters. And yeah, hey, I just wanted to give a quick situation update. So sustaining the maps doesn't seem to be too difficult. In fact, some beach maps and cemeteries and whatnot I've actually dumped into my map tab so they don't sit in my inventory, but I seem to be getting at least 1 strand and 1 cemetery per map. I'm also getting some dunes we can also use. Doing the Legion, it kind of slows down the zoominess of you know, the farming session, but I think it's definitely worth it, especially while using, you know, incubators for stacked decks. And just to give you a heads up, this is my 16th map. We already had some high level essences. We have 1 horror, I think we had 1 hysteria as well, double hysteria actually. So yeah, for now the strategy seems to be working. It's quite a lot of loot, but we're mainly focusing again on the essences and stacked decks and raw currency, so I'm pretty excited. I'm not sure if I'm gonna run 100 maps. I think at about 50 we're gonna have a good representation of what this could be worth, but yeah. So I have 34 more maps to run, and I'm gonna come back to you. Alright, so another update. We're up to map 36. We're yet to enter 37, and we are out of Strand maps, unfortunately. A bit unlucky, but that's nothing to worry about because we have 6 beach maps and a whole bunch of graveyard maps that we can still run. So maybe while running those, we'll be able to get some, you know, Strand maps and continue there. And it's time for map number 50. I think we're gonna do a little showcase. 50 maps, quite enough to see if there's any sense in running this at all. And spoiler alert, I think there is. I mean, we've got a buttload of loot, honestly. I did not expect to get so much stuff from, you know, just white level maps. And the funniest thing is that about 10 maps or so I run out of strands, so I managed to sustain up until like 40 strands or something, and up until then I've been running only strands. Now I switched to beach. I got 2 Divine Orb divination cards, and from then on I've had, I think, a stockpile of about 20 or so strand maps, which in the end I'm probably gonna be able to sell and, you know, increase my profits. Legions are a breeze. They're really easy to clean. I mean, even if you didn't have like a really zoomy build like I do here, I don't think there would have been any issue for you to do this. And to be honest, the profits are quite nice. You still get all those incubators that give you like divination cards, loot, valuable shards, etc, etc. I managed to amass a whole lot of divination, stack decks, which I'm gonna show you at the end of the video. But as you can see, it's pretty quickly. It's not a lot of time that it takes you. And this one, I think I'm just gonna corrupt to get a deafening one. There we go. And like just this essence was enough to sustain, you know, the essence craft on the map, plus, you know, whatever alchemy or whatnot you want to use. Real quickly, kill the boss. It takes a second, but there you go. You can get an extra map. Sometimes from bosses I've gotten like 2 or even more Strand maps, so it's definitely worth it to run it. Oops. So yeah, this is all the loot that we got. Oh, we have a bit of diviner incubators, we're not gonna count those. This is all the loot that we have. I'm gonna really quickly just sort it out, and I will be back in a second with hopefully something better to look at. Okay. Okay, well, we are done with sorting. This is what we're gonna price. This junk tab over here with some raw currency are kind of lucky drops, so to say. And we're also running or including the essence tab. This one I'm not gonna include because it's, you know, some random scarabs, although there are some gilded ones which cost, you know, 5 to 6 C each. They probably will take a lot of time to sell. We have a couple of unique maps that we're gonna exclude, although this one is seems to be quite expensive. The other one are like 5, I think, yeah, 5 chaos each. So this thing we're gonna exclude. We're pricing only this junk tab and the essence tab. Now, what did we invest? Now, as I said in the beginning, we did not invest anything in terms of buying maps. We used 50 essence crafts on the map device, which is 100 chaos. We did, yeah, let's say we used 100 alchemy orbs. I don't even know how much this is. Once it's so 10 chaos worth of alchemy. So that's 110 chaos. And the other thing that I used was the essences of horror. They're about, you know, 2.5 C each. Once I bought this set of 10, and before that I bought a set of 19. 2.5 chaos, that's 72.5 chaos plus 110. So, you know, worst case scenario, price fluctuates or whatever, let's say 200 chaos. Now we're gonna go to our trusty PoE stack, and we're pricing the junk tab, so the big one, and the essence tab. That's all that we care about. Okay, so 1900 chaos at a total of around 8.3 divines. Let's see now. So we have the stacked decks, obviously quite a lot of them, 3.3 chaos each. Let's just check that. I think that's the bulk price. I mean, it's actually a bit more, but yeah, let's assume 3.3 is fine. We have some shrieking loading essence. Let's check if this is correct. I think it is, because these are quite expensive. I mean, I used the deafening ones to craft a helm for the EK Ignite, but yeah, it seems 3 to 4 chaos. I mean, it all adds up. Well, there you go, guys. So we did about 1700 chaos of profit. Divide that by 232, so 7.5 divines, and that's, you know, excluding whatever junk, you know, we have left over here, which is probably about half a divine. I mean, who knows? And you know what, let's just price this tab alone. I want to see what we actually excluded from the... Okay, so 1.1 divine actually. but of course this is gonna be something that it takes a bit more to unload. Whereas this is raw currency, you know, stacked decks you're gonna be able to sell in an instant, you know, the fortunate cards as well. In terms of time, as you can see in the showcase, it didn't take a lot to run those maps. They're pretty easy. Maybe we should calculate the divine per hour. So let's say it takes about 2.5 minutes to run a map. So that's 2 hours and 5 minutes. So 7.5 divided by 2. It's about just under 4 div an hour. I mean, just running white maps. Well, thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you like this strategy. I mean, this is the most casual I can come up with. I hope you liked it, and those of you who aren't interested in, you know, juicing and investing and whatnot, there you go. You can still make a bunch of money, you know, just farming low-level maps. So yeah, thanks again for watching. If you liked the video, give that a like, and consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.